In the FBI report, she claimed she couldn't recall important information on 39 separate and different occasions. She can't even remember whether she has trained in the use of classified information. And she said she didn't know the letter C means confidential or at least classified. If she can't remember such crucial events and information, honestly, she's totally unfit to be our commander-in-chief. Totally unfit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, as I welcome you back to the show, Webb Hubbell, best-selling author, former Clinton administration official, and of course, former law partner of Hillary, and he was the Assistant Attorney General of the United States of America, by the way. And his great new latest book, just out last month, is called A Game of Inches, a Jack Patterson Thriller. Webb, welcome back, sir.
Thanks for having me back, Steve.
Are you kidding? We get to put that great book cover up on the screen. Of course we have you back.
Thank you for doing that.
Well, I'm glad you're, I know you're writing, I know you love it, and I know you're keeping busy with that, and we'll get to that, but I want to talk about some other things. And first of all, this email situation. We talk, and we have a month or two go by, and we have a month or two go by. Hillary's trustworthiness is at her lowest point ever. And the email story keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. Last night it was discussed. We'll play a bite about that. But what about the fact that, the fact that now she has a new story? For the first time, she used the term header. Last night she said nothing on the header was ever classified or top secret or whatever. But she told the FBI she thought C stood for paragraph C, but there was never a paragraph A or B, Webb.
Well, I hadn't seen the documents clearly because everybody says they were classified. But I remember when I was at the Justice Department, anything that was confidential or a memo that had to be kept confidential, we usually had a big red binder around it, and it was marked classified all over it. I don't know that if I saw a C in parenthesis in a document, I would know that that was confidential, unless I'd gone through some serious training.
Well, that's an interesting point, because she told the FBI, first of all, she signed a legal document stating she had training after the fact, when she should have had it back around 2008 when she became Secretary of State, but she told the FBI that she couldn't remember, and she said, because I had a concussion in 2012, I can't remember if I had training in 2008. How is someone like that qualified to be President of the United States?
Well, I'm an old football player, and I can't remember everything I did.
Yeah, but you're not going to have the nuclear codes, Webb.
Oh, I think we all have memory lapses, and when you're just going into office those first few days, and somebody comes into your office and says, here, I'm going to give you a security briefing, and then 10 years later, they're going around asking, what did he say? You're not going to remember much about it.
All right. I want you to hear what a naval officer, former naval officer, said in a question to Hillary last night on the Intrepid at that Commander-in-Chief forum.
Secretary Clinton, thank you very much for coming tonight. As a naval flight officer, I held a top-secret, sensitive, compartmentalized information clearance, and that provided me access to materials and information highly sensitive to our warfighting capabilities. Had I communicated this information not following prescribed protocols, I would have been prosecuted and imprisoned. Secretary Clinton, how can you expect those, such as myself, who were and are entrusted with America's most sensitive information, to have any confidence in your leadership as president when you clearly corrupted our national security?
Fair question.
It's a fair question, but I don't know that she corrupted anything. There hasn't been any evidence that our national security was put at risk by anything that she did. There's a lot of allegations, but I don't even think the FBI said that there was any evidence that our national security was put at risk. She admitted it was a mistake. She wouldn't do it again. And we should all learn from our mistakes and go on. Gee whiz, I don't know anybody who had never made a mistake in their life.
All right, but, again, it's, It's just that there's 17,500 emails that turns out she didn't hand over. Everything she told the public, according to the FBI, was a lie. You know, she had one device, one server, blah, blah, blah. I don't even remember the whole list. That there was classified information, marked classified, and others not marked classified, that the FBI said she should have known that was sent and received when she said nothing was sent. I mean, everything she spent all the time talking to, that's why her trustworthiness and honesty numbers are at the rock bottom. Can she recover?
Oh, yeah. She's still going to be elected president of the United States. Absolutely. So recover, yes, as she takes office and as she leads, as this country needs to be led, her numbers will go back up.
All right, let me let you hear something that Bill Clinton had to say, and to put it in context, this is a man who excused Robert Byrd, the former Senate Majority Leader, actually excused him joining the KKK at his funeral because, quote unquote, he had to get elected. That's why he joined it. That's why he became an active member of it. He signed Confederate Flag Day into law in your home state of Arkansas when you were there. Confederate flag, I think, still flies over the State House in Arkansas. Said,
no,
not anymore. Okay, but that's not. Okay, but that's not thanks to Bill Clinton. Also, we had, they told Ted Kennedy Obama would be getting our coffee a few years before. I mean, I could go on and on. So here's what he said yesterday about Trump saying, "Make America Great Again."
I'm actually old enough to remember the good old days, and they weren't all that good in many ways. That message, I'll give you America Great Again, is if you're a white Southerner, you know exactly what it means, don't you? What it means is, I'll give you the economy you had 50 years ago, and I'll move you back up on the social totem pole and other people down. What Hillary wants to do is take the totem pole down and let us all go forward together.
Okay, so basically, if you're a Southerner, you know what the wink wink and the dog whistle is. We're going to get those blacks. I mean, come on, is that fair?
I wouldn't agree with Bill on that. I think, and I shouldn't have said Bill, he's the former president. But, people say things during political campaigns that they shouldn't. I wish the tone of this election would, go down. And let's talk about some of the issues. We have ISIS. We have an immigration problem. We have an economy that needs a lot of help. We ought to be talking about those and not about emails and not about putting one group of people down and raising one group of people up. We all rise with the tide, and what we should be doing is talking about the issues that the president has to deal with on a day-to-day basis, and who's better qualified to be president. And in my opinion, that's Hillary.
All right, talk about your new one, A Game of Inches, a Jack Patterson Thriller.
Yes, it begins with the NFL's Rookie Wide Receiver of the Year, found in a hotel room in Washington, D.C., the Mayflower Hotel, with a dead woman in his bed, and his fingerprints are all over the bloody knife that caused her death. And of course, Jack Patterson is called in to find out what really happened in the hotel room that night.
Wow! Now I got to get it and read it. That's great.
You're going to love this.
Yeah, that's a great commercial for the book. Webb, always great to talk to you, sir. Thank you so much.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Webb Hubbell, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me bring this to you folks. Yesterday in the show, I said this is what Barack Obama does best. He trashes America on foreign soil. He was in China, and he stuck up for Colin Kaepernick and then said he has legitimate gripes, meaning, in my view, hey, we are racist here in this country. So now he's in Laos, okay, another country, and here's what he said. Let's put that up on the screen, first of all. The United States is and can be a great force for good in the world, but because we're such a big country, we haven't always had to know about the other parts of the world. He said, if you're in the United States, sometimes you can feel lazy and think we're so big we don't have to really know anything about other people. That's right. We're uncaring. We're lazy. We don't care about other people who look different than us. There he is, trashing America again. And then later today in Laos, he trashed one of the people who very well could be president of the United States. Watch.
As far as Mr. Trump, I think I've already offered my opinion. I don't think the guy's qualified to be President of the United States. And every time he speaks, that opinion is confirmed. This is serious business. And you actually have to know what you're talking about, and you actually have to have done your homework. And when you speak, it should actually reflect thought-out policy that you can implement. I have confidence that if, in fact, people just listen to what he has to say and look at his track record or lack thereof, that they'll make a good decision.
Okay, so there he is, doing what he does best, trashing the United States of America while overseas. It's disgraceful, it's despicable, but it's not surprising anymore. It's who he is. Give Me 5 is next, so don't go away.